Hey YouTube, I'm the modding veteran and welcome back to our channel. This week I wanted to go over how to apply a steel wool vinegar mix onto pine wood. I did a video on these 3 shelves here, and I don't think I did a video on the overhead beam, false beam that we have in, but we like to age wood. Most people do that with a steel wool vinegar mix. I'll show you how to do that. It just gives it a real nice antique barn wood type of feel. I'm not going to show how to mix steel wool and vinegar together. There's a ton of good videos that have been out forever on YouTube. Just find one. They're all about the same. The slight variations, but pretty much all about the same. One thing I am going to do, and a lot of this might be time-lapsed, I like to apply black tea because I use a lot of pine. A lot of people don't use a lot of pine, but it's cheap and we tend to use a lot around here. One thing pine doesn't have, and I'm not going to claim I know all the science behind it, but pine wood lacks what they call tannin, which a lot of light-colored woods lack. And what a lot of people will do is apply black tea, which contains a lot of tannin. Apply the black tea kind of like a pre-stain before you apply the steel wool vinegar mix, and it gives it a way better depth of feel and color, and it's not as splotchy, I think. But yeah, as always, I'll kind of show you some of the things here in a second. I'm going to move into the kitchen because I still need to brew up some black tea. Super easy. Like I said, a lot of this will probably be time-lapsed. I don't doubt any of your guys' skills. You don't need me to just try to describe how to apply pretty much water onto wood. It can be pretty drippy and really runny, so if you have anything, such like I have a new toilet we just put in, I'll probably try to cover that up just so it don't get everywhere. But other than that, it's just apply black tea and apply the steel vinegar mix on your wood and just let it sit. So without further ado, let's get to it. Thanks, guys. Alright guys, so that's done. As you guys might have seen, I don't do a lot of cooking around our household, and my wife walks in and says, "What are you doing?" Boiling this black tea, getting ready for this video. And she said, "Why are you using the small burner that we usually use for simmering?" I don't know. Didn't even know there was a difference. Anyway, so I've got a couple things together. This is the bucket we have that I've mixed some steel wool vinegar mix. I made this probably, be perfectly honest, by 2 years ago. It's lasted me forever. I made probably half the bucket. We use it quite often. That's why we made so much. It lasts forever. I've grabbed a couple of ball jars from my wife's cabinet after she went outside. Hopefully she doesn't find out before this video. And then I'm just going to put everything on with a foam brush. There's a couple brushes outside I've used before. Foam brush, they're cheap. They're 20 cents, you know, at the hardware store. And you're pretty much applying water. This is, I mean, stain is pretty fluid too, but I mean, it's vinegar and black tea. It's all pretty much water. If you guys have ever used like a wood dye rather than a stain, it's kind of like that. But I'm going to get a couple things set up. I'm just going to fill up some of the black tea in one of the ball jars, and then I'm going to dip in and get some the steel wool vinegar out. I'll probably mix it around a little bit just because I haven't opened it in probably 6 months or so. So yeah, I'll stop talking, I'll get to it. The rest of the video will probably time lapse. I'm going to apply the black tea first, wait 15 minutes or so for it to kind of dry out, and then I'll apply some of the steel wool and vinegar mix, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Thanks. All right, guys, there you guys have it. Super easy. One quick note, I did apply a second coat off camera. I've done this before, I haven't done it. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure more black tea soaking in after one coat's been applied really does any difference. I don't have any comparison photos or anything to show for that. I had plenty left like normal, so I just applied a second coat and did it immediately after I applied the first one. I shut the camera off, I applied the second one right then, waited 15-20 minutes before it was dry, and then you've seen me apply the steel wool vinegar. Side note, yes, it's going to smell like vinegar a little bit. I'd give yourself a week. It's going to go away. We have a lot of things in our house with this. It doesn't last forever. So bear with it for a couple days and it'll go away. I didn't do the beam. I'll probably end up doing that. I'd say not on camera, but I'll do that probably later this week. I've still got a little bit of trim to do, and I got a little bit to fill in here where the crown molding meets the fake beam. A little bit on the other side, and I still have to do a lot of caulking to seal some of this stuff up. So I'd say that's about it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please subscribe and hit that like button. It really helps us out. And like always, we'll see you again in the next video. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care.